Hey everybody, what's up? We're here with the Timeless reading. Welcome. Alright, first card that we have out is Knight of Wands. Okay, we have Knight of Wands and we also have the Lovers here. Something that you want to do, choices are being made. Looks like another person is involved with this. Potentially. Okay. If this is just you with you so far, I am seeing that like Knight of Wands can be this part of you that wants to do something right now, that wants to do something immediately, that feels really inspired to take action like in this moment or like in the near future. Having also the King of Pentacles come out here, this energy is kind of the opposite of that, just for the purpose of this reading. King of Pentacles can be really conservative with the moves that they make, like thinking about things, responsibilities, how am I going to fund that? It can be like that type of thing. Or it can be about like the commitments that one has, like those sorts of things. So there can be this feeling of like there's this part of me that wants to run along and do this thing over there, and then there's this other part of me that feels like I need to think about my future, or I need to think about my reputation here, or I need to think about my responsibilities here, and working together. This can also be with like you and somebody that's in your life where you may feel like because we have the Lovers here, this can be a partnership where it's like one person may be wanting to do things in a way where the other party could look at that and be like, that feels kind of reckless in comparison to sort of like how I'm comfortable with doing things. So it can be like that sort of thing. It looks like something's being talked about here. And let's say this too, like one energy within the partnership, because for many of you, I'm seeing this has to do with an interpersonal relationship that you have. You may have one person that could potentially have less responsibilities, if you want to call it that. I don't know if that would like technically be right for this situation, but it can be like one person may, right now, the way that they're living their life is like, I want to do things that are fun, like I'm ready to go whenever, I'm focused on having a good time, I don't see why we would need to wait. It's like that type of vibe where it can be really like a spontaneous energy, an enthusiastic one that's actually good for the King of Pentacles to be around, because King of Pentacles can get really sort of like stuffy in a way of like, it's really rigid and I have to do this and this and like all of these concerns. And so it feels like these two energies would balance one another, where one of them would be like, okay, well, I have these things that need to tend to because I take these things seriously. King of Pentacles vibe would be like that. And it would sort of be a grounding energy for the more fiery energy that is the Knight of Wands, that wants to like move quickly and do this and has a lot of passion and energy. And the way that Knight of Wands, this fiery energy, would help with the earthy energy here that is the King of Pentacles, is that Knight of Wands would bring fun to the King of Pentacles. Like, it doesn't have to be all work. Like, we can do something just because it's fun. It doesn't need to mean anything more than that or be anything more than that. You know, we can have fun for the sake of having fun. Like, it doesn't have to move, like, get you forward somewhere in life, like that type of thing. Because King of Pentacles can be like, well, how's that going to help my career? Or how's that going to help my bank account? Or how's that going to get me ahead with my business? Or like with my reputation, you know, like those types of things. And Knight of Wands is like, let's just go out tonight. Let's just have a fun time. Like, let's just explore this thing because it's fun to explore and not for any other reason than just like, I want to have fun. So it can be that type of thing. So these energies are actually really good for one another. Like, they can have a good influence on one another potentially. But I'm seeing Temperance here. So that means that there needs to be we actually have to work at this relationship. These energies will feel opposing when they're coming together. And so this is more of like an opposites attract type of moment that we have going on here with these two energies, rather than a we're very alike, but it's good because they sort of like counterbalance one another. And there needs to be a lot of communication and a lot of discussion here within the partnership. It's very necessary. So know that this is going to take some time. It's going to take some energy. It's not something to be rushed. It's something that there can definitely be like a learning to work together and to get along here, and to actually see one another as like an anchor, rather than like you're holding me back from what I want to do and how I want to live my life. Like there can be something that's like we're actually working as a team, and that's getting us somewhere. So this is all about working on the relationship. This can test both of your patience at times. Because you can, if you're the more fiery energy here, you can look at this person and be like, oh, you move so slow. I feel like nothing is getting done. This is like watching paint dry. You can have the King of Pentacles being like, I feel safe when we are moving like the tortoise in this situation, okay? Like slow and steady. And they may feel like they have a lot resting on them too. And so they're like, I'm not going to throw all of this away. I've really worked for this, like that type of vibe. Not that the fiery energy hasn't also worked for what they have, but King of Pentacles may take their like identity and their roles, like that may be something that they really identify with. Whereas Knight of Wands may just be like more in flow with that part of their life, and just see that as like another thing of the many things that they are, because they're very multifaceted. King of Pentacles may be like, this person may have a lot of focus in like that area of their chart where their whole life is sort of about this thing that they do, like how they live their life or their job or their business or their responsibilities. Whereas Knight of Wands may be more about things that hold like less of a label or less of an itinerary even, you know? Like that type of thing. You may also feel like you need to work at the communication when it comes with your relationship with this person as well. So it feels like slowly finding ways to talk with one another will be helpful, because you're not always going to be on the same page, but communication will bring y'all on the same page with one another. Helpful. Okay. Let's keep going. This is something that can work. I'm seeing something that can definitely work. However, it's going to take like effort. It's not even so much effort. It's more so like patience actually. And learning how to like transmute when stuff starts to feel like there's too much of an opposition, because this relationship really highlights differences. That's what you're really going to feel within the connection with this person. However, it's something that can really work because it's showing you where you're really far on one end and this person is really far on the other end. And so it's actually teaching both of you guys how to move more towards the middle, because there's definitely overlap. But right now at the beginning of this, and even though, like, you may be in a relationship with this person for a while, I'm just saying beginning because this is like the first that I'm seeing of this. Within your dynamic with this person, as you are right now, wherever you are within your connection with them, however long you've been in this connection with them, what I'm seeing is right now you would really feel like there are a lot of differences between you and I, and that's really what's coming to the surface currently. But that's not all that there is to be seen. So there can also be like questions, talk, communicate about the future and what's happening. Like, how are things moving along? How are things progressing? Where are we going? How are we gonna get there? What speed are we gonna like take to get there? What route are we gonna take to get there? Like, what kind of vehicle are we gonna be driving? Are we gonna be walking on foot? It's like that whole thing that I'm seeing is happening here with this. This can also have to do about future plans too that are being figured out. And one person may be like, let's just throw ourselves in and see what happens. And the other person may be like, that's not how they want to do things. That's not what they're comfortable with doing. And they found a method that works for them. So this is just like, how do we respect our own processes while also collaborating and working together within this relationship? Like that. And I'm also seeing two masculine energies here as well. So this is like this, there can be sort of a like a very stubborn energy of like, this is my way and I like doing things this way, and the other person being like, well, this is my way and I like doing things this way. And so it can be like that type of thing. Just because I'm seeing two very strong personalities here, but that doesn't mean they can't learn to work together. There's also a, like, I've never really had to be receptive like this before. And so that's also being worked on too. Compromise as well. And when I say compromise, I mean too, like, when I check in, what am I actually willing and okay with compromising versus what is like a, no, I will not compromise on that. And having like honest self-reflection about that too. Okay, current investment, things being figured out, putting a big focus on this, spending time together too, is what I'm seeing. It seems like there may be something socially that's going on where it's like you're getting to spend time with this person, or you're going to an event with them, or there's like a celebration coming up, or like an event coming up. But something that I'm seeing looks like it's connected with like having fun or spending quality time, something like that. Connecting with other people too, but also with this person. Yes, plans are developing, but I'm seeing it maybe like, it's like we're trying to plan things out, but it's starting to feel hectic, it's starting to feel stressful. One person may organize in a different way than the other person. One person may lack even organization. As I said before, one person may be like, I want to plan it like this, and then we're going to do this, and then we're going to do this, like have like a whole itinerary. And the other person may be like, let's just go and then see what happens during the day. Like, I don't want to have it all planned out. Like, I'm seeing like that type of energy here. It's funny too because like we have Gemini and we have Sagittarius here, and these are sister signs, but they can also feel like they're opposite from one another. Where Sagittarius can be like a more lofty energy, and Gemini can be more like we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna do that over there, and let's talk about it and let's plan it out. And Sagittarius can be like, remember, these are just archetypes, all of us have these. The more Sagittarian energy can be like, I just want to see how things go. I want to get there and see how I'm feeling, rather than have an itinerary and then I'm doing this and not feeling into the next plan, but we already planned it, so now I have to do that, and now it's not fun anymore. Like that type of thing. So I'm seeing there's like a little bit of a difference with how we like to plan things here. And that feeling like now the planning is starting to feel stressful. So this feels like we're not even doing the thing yet. We're just preparing for the thing. We're just planning for the thing. And it's starting to feel like a bit much currently is what I'm seeing. I think that you guys are learning a lot about each other currently too. So this can be like, we've never planned like this before. It can be like that type of thing of like, I don't know how you plan. I don't know how you work these things out. I don't know how you prepare for something like this. And so again, like within this scenario that you're in currently with this person, it may really be highlighting the differences between the two of you. But that's not all there is between the two of you. It's just this situation is bringing that out for you guys. One person too may feel like, let me just use an example. Let's say that one person has in their home, like let's say that we're like going away for the weekend, okay? One person in their home, they have plants, they have animals, they have like their neighbor that they usually check in on, they have like a child, you know, like they can have things like that it's like routinely they tend to those things and have that sense of responsibility. And then the other energy may be one that doesn't have to do maintenance constantly, like every day like that. Like maybe they have a cactus that they water like once every 2 months, and like, I don't know, a dog that travels with them. And so there's no like, I'm worried about what I'm leaving at home. It can be like that type of thing where like one person has like sort of like solidified aspects of their identity in like the things that they are responsible for and what they take care of. And so that's like a really big part of their life. So if they're like doing something, they may feel like they have those other things where they're like, logistically, how am I going to take care of this and do that? And this other energy may not have those types of things. That's not to say one person is more responsible than the other. It's just to say that when it comes to like the things that come up when planning something, and like the things that it's like, well, I need to take care of that before I go, I need to take care of this before I go, or before we have that date tonight, or like whatever it is, it's like these types of things that are coming up. So I think too, in like being patient and communicating, there can be okay, now even though I don't have to worry about that thing in order to have these plans, I'm hearing that you do, and I'm understanding like why this is something that also needs to get done now, or I'm understanding the concern, or I'm understanding now you have to find somebody to water the plants or do whatever, like that type of thing. So it's one of those moments here that's happening, where it can feel like one person's lifestyle is a certain way currently, and another person's lifestyle is another way. And those two things that are going on with one another, and also how that impacts the relationship. So it's like these individuals, how they're currently living their lives, like moving through their lives, how those things are set up, and then like where they're meeting in the middle, where their relationship meets. And it feels like that's why there's like tension and stress right now. But it's nothing that can't be worked out. I'm seeing temperance here, so that means that like if you're willing to really figure this out with this person, you guys are going to figure it out. It's going to feel stressful right now, yeah, or like it is feeling stressful right now, but that doesn't mean that this is something that can't be figured out and can't be done. It's just going to take some patience and like really opening up, being open to one another, to hearing what the other person has to say. All right, we have an Ace of Cups. So this feels like an opportunity to connect here. This feels like something really happy. So it's like, even though this planning is feeling stressful, the Ace of Cups is what's at stake here. So this is like, it's stressful now to plan this, but it's going to mean that we're going to get to connect in a way that we want to connect. So that's why I'm seeing it be like the payoff is really worth it. So it's like, I can deal with that if we're going to get to have this together, like that sort of thing. Something really happy too. So this would be like, this is going to be feeling mutually fulfilling. So that means too, like both of these people want to be here doing this. Okay. So what's happening? I'm seeing Four of Swords. Yes, there may be like something is happening within the relationship where I'm seeing this is supposed to be about like reconnecting and like charging up together, like that type of thing. Even though everybody's excited about getting to do this, one person may be showing up like more enthusiastically. I'm seeing the fire energy. If you are the one that is in the fire energy, don't think that this person is not as enthusiastic as you are. They are. They just also have a lot of other things that are on their mind. Once they get into whatever this is that you're planning, like once you guys are like in that zone and like the planning is over and you're actually doing whatever this is that you're planning for, they're going to be really present with you, but they need time right now to prepare. Whereas you may be ready for this right now, they still need some time to prepare for this. This is what I'm seeing, but they will definitely be present with you once they have, as long as they have time to adequately prepare for this, they're going to be like in the zone with you. So it's not that they're not excited, they're just somebody that's thinking about the stuff that they need to get done beforehand. And so they're almost like, they're still feeling that. They're also feeling other things. They're compartmentalizing. But you're really going to see that once this part is over, and they actually just get to spend time with you. Yes, I'm seeing you guys, you could be going somewhere that you don't like often go to. I'm seeing that it's going to be about spending time and connecting with one another that feels like very one-on-one. And it feels like this is meant to be like a thing that is it's supposed to be like something that feels fun or something that feels like tranquil, like that type of thing. It's not supposed to be something draining. Okay? So it feels like it's time to connect in like a calm way, or in a way where it's like it's just you guys, like that type of thing is what I'm seeing. Like where all of the busyness sort of dies down and it's just the relationship. It's like that type of thing. I'm seeing there be a lot of excitement about this. It also feels like this will be good for the relationship, because if there's been stress within the relationship, if there's been, like, I have to do this, I'm sorry, like, I can only hang out for this amount of time today, or like whatever, like those sorts of things, I'm seeing that what's going to be happening is this is going to be the type of situation where it will actually be like very like deliberate time that's spent together, and one that feels like if there's been any like I sort of need this, it feels like it can be a time where needs can be met, like that sort of thing. So that also is too why I'm seeing it be like okay. Like one may be rationalizing this and being like it's okay that the planning part is stressful because it's going to be worth it, because we're going to get to connect and then we're going to get to like really recharge with one another. So that's the other thing too, is that this is going to be something where even though this is taking a lot of energy right now to sort this out, you know that it's going to, like, you're going to be refueled by this experience. Like the opportunity to have this experience and the opportunity to connect within this experience, because it feels like it somehow centers around the relationship, and maybe it feels like an opportunity for like something to happen, for like intimacy or for connection or for like that type of thing. Okay. I'm seeing somebody be at a point, okay, listen. What I'm getting is that this is definitely going to be a worthwhile investment. The stubbornness is something that I think is really coming to light here when it comes to like, I'm used to doing things my way, and the other person like, I'm used to doing things my way, and then they're feeling like there's like a lack of compromise. It just feels like there can be some like rigidness that's coming to light here, and that's what's being worked on. It's sort of that I'm really standing my ground here, but like why is that necessary, and is that really helping things? Some of you, it's not you that's showing up like this, it's the other person that you're dealing with, where they may be like, I'm seeing earth energy here. So I'm seeing somebody that just shows up, and like when you think of earth, you think of like standing your ground and being really like sturdy and that type of thing, and like that's the way that this person lives their life, you know, like like when the rock is in front of them, they're gonna find a way to like bulldoze through that thing. And even though it's like, well, now's the time where we're supposed to be working together, why are they acting like that? It's like they're having a hard time turning that off, I think, at this point. They're having a hard time turning it off because of how it feels like crystallized they are in like what they do and how they perceive themselves and like their identity as far as like the roles that they play. I'm seeing that type of thing. But they're also taking this seriously because like your relationship with them, they also see as being an investment as well. So you're not the only one that sees it like that. Like both of you guys see it like that. They definitely see it like that. But they may also have a lot of other things going on too, and so you may feel it. You guys are sort of, I feel like you guys are in some ways sort of like set in your ways of doing things, and so like over time and with, it's not just like over time if there's no willingness and no effort, it's like over time with intention and willingness and effort, you guys are going to like open up to one another and work with one another. But it's like when you're opening a pistachio and it's the one that's like really difficult to get out of the shell because it only gives you like a little bit of a space to sort of like get in there and open it up. It's like one of those relationships, like metaphorically speaking, where it's like you know that it's in there and you know that you're gonna get it out, but it's like not one of the easy ones to crack open and work with. But it really seems like something that's worth it too, because I'm seeing like a very genuine energy with you guys. To have the Ace of Cups, it's like there's so much potential here within the relationship. This also seems like something that you've been investing for some time in the relationship with this person, but it may be going, like it may really take a lot of willingness and a lot of patience, because it doesn't just like open up and then there it is. It's like I think that a lot of this relationship so far has been like that like slowly cracking open that's been happening. That will continue to happen, but it's like a slow burn type of energy with you and this person. So you can feel like they're set in their ways at times. What's this about? I'm seeing 5 of Cups. Is something happening with the timing? Like not the right time? Is something being delayed? Is something... I'm seeing something about disappointment, about plans, and it making it difficult to work together because of still feeling a type of way of something that's happened here. You can be feeling upset about something. There is going to be a need to express oneself, to talk about feelings. Somebody's processing. There may have been a plan, there may have been expectations, there may have been something that happened that was not what one expected. And it may be making it even more difficult to work together with this person. And somebody's way of dealing with this may be like going somewhere else. This feels like it's, even though I'm seeing you've been investing in this connection for a while, there's still a lot of just what you would see as being raw potential here. So this can feel like nothing is completely set in stone. This can feel like it doesn't really have long roots yet. It can feel like it has still like green roots or something like that, that like it's just beginning, but if it's not taken care of, like the wind can just blow it away, like that type of thing. That's what I'm seeing like be going on within the relationship. I'm seeing it still be suggested to handle this with care, even though having disappointment now mixed in with this may be making that more difficult. Because somebody, I'm seeing whoever this is that's going through something right now emotionally, where they're feeling, it feels disappointment more than anything, that needs to be tended to. Otherwise, it's definitely going to cause like a reverberation in a way that one may not want it to, or may be like, once they get over something, be like, oh, like I wish I hadn't done that. So just be mindful of this. Deal with the emotional side of this. It's what's being suggested. It's going to be hard to move forward if not functionally. I'm going to pull a clarifier and see if I can get any more about what this is. Let me just... They're still collaborating and working on plans, but I'm definitely seeing something happened that was different than what one thought was going to happen or like expected to happen. But there's still a like, we're still trying to work something out and work together. Do not disappear on this person. If you're the more fiery energy, this other person needs stability from you and needs consistency. Even if this thing that happened may make you not want to be consistent with them for some reason, or may make you want to like run away for a minute. I'm not saying like run away, like completely disappear, but it's something where it's like, oh, this is so stressful, I just want to like let loose. It may not be the best time to be doing that. And it would only be in like reaction to something that's going on that's like difficult right now within this situation. Talk to them about how you feel. Talk to them about how you feel. It's going to help things move forward. But I'm seeing definitely something that needs to be addressed here. I'm just going to clarify one of the cards because I want to see if we can get more of what this is about. Somebody feels like something potentially that they would have like enjoyed or wanted could have maybe like not lived up to expectations, or it could feel like there was like a looking forward to something and then maybe something like not happening exactly like that. But there can also be, it feels just like mainly it's about expectations. So this can even like be, I'm putting in this effort and then I feel like they didn't make the same type of sacrifice. It can be like that sort of thing. Or it can be a thing where it's like, well, I'm in more of a position to do this, and then I feel like they're not in that position. Like lots of things. But what I'm seeing is that something is actually really going to work out, even if there's like an immediate or temporary disappointment. It feels very much like it's just a temporary one. So I wouldn't let this color the whole experience. Okay? All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.